I saying today? Welcome to my channel. I have new hair. I've been a little MIA. I haven't posted in about 4 days and I'm a little thrown off, but I've had some crazy busy stuff since I got back from Hawaii. We're gonna do a little catch up with stuff, but first off, this is my first video with the new hair color. I went back more to a natural hair color just to color correct the green that was left over in my hair. I was getting a little tired of how splotchy and faded it was. I also updated a little bit of my background here. I know it's kind of hard to see it, but I'm still trying to play around with my background so that it looks nice. It's not too distracting, but like as I move around, you can kind of be like, oh, what's that? I don't know. But today's video, we're gonna be looking at the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation. I do like the front of it, and then it has big ol' foundation on the side. I like the spot, but I don't think it goes with Anastasia, but I do like a little bit of a change. Now, I'm not doing a full review on this by itself. I actually wanted to compare it to the new Stay Naked foundation. When this foundation was coming out and a lot of people were talking about it, I noticed that these two foundations were actually pretty similar in the same claims. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison and wear test with these two foundations and kind of tell you the why behind I wanted to do this and the actual comparisons that they do have. I'll get into the comparisons while I'm applying it so it doesn't get too long, but I wanted to share my primer with you guys. So I just used the Hangover RX primer, and I needed a little bit of eye cream or eye serum this morning, so I used the Good Molecules Wake Up Eye Serum. I actually have been super obsessed with that eye serum. I know it doesn't really look like it, but you only need the tiniest little bit. Like, I don't even use the dropper. I literally use what's on the very tip of this, and then I use it for under my eyes. But I have been super dehydrated lately. And I have tried the Anastasia foundation. I did try it all day yesterday, and I'll tell you about my experiences later on. I'm gonna apply the Naked foundation, and I did do a video entirely on the Naked collection. I'll have it linked in the cards over there. Get to applying this one. I actually really loved using this foundation in Hawaii. It held up really well, and I have been experimenting with it with some other primers and different like climates, and I've been really liking it. That was about half a pump. It looks pretty good. Anastasia one right next to it, and I tried to get the colors as spot on as I possibly could. I should have mentioned this before, but in the Naked foundation, I wear the shade 20NN, and in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation, I picked up 130N, which is a little bit more on the pinker side than yellow, but it was honestly the closest I could get. I did try 140, but it was a little bit too yellow, and since summer is slowly ending, I figured I should get 130 just because I'm probably gonna get really pale really fast. The reason why I wanted to compare these two foundations was because, first off, these are pretty much the same price. The Urban Decay foundation is $39 for 1 fluid ounce, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation is $38 for 1.01 fluid ounces, but I'm just gonna call that 1 fluid ounce. So that's the first thing, is that they're pretty much the same price. They both come in 50 shades, so they do have a pretty extensive shade range for both of them. Make sure I seal the line here. They both claim to be medium buildable coverage. The Urban Decay one claims to have more of a matte finish, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills claims to have a more luminous natural finish, but having them both on side by side without any powder, they look to have the same amount of shine to it. They both claim to be long wearing. The Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, this one doesn't have an actual like time, it just is long wearing, while this one claims to be 24 hours, which I did try and test it out. They're both cruelty-free and vegan, and they both claim to be lightweight. But another thing that I wanted to test out today is that this Naked foundation is waterproof and the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation is water resistant. So we're gonna test that out later on, so stay tuned. So I'm just gonna use the Naked concealer because this is waterproof as well. I'm just gonna do a little bit of concealing, not a crazy amount today, because I don't want it to really go super low on my cheeks and mess up anything. I want to keep it just underneath my eyes as best as I can. All right, and then for today, since my skin is dry, I normally go with the Laura Mercier powder, but today I'm going to use the Kat Von D powder because it still sets my makeup pretty well, but it's not super mattifying. It has a little bit more of a satin finish. So we're gonna see how these compare with being powdered down. They both still look the same, but I want to do this video mainly because not everybody can get every single foundation. So if someone may like more of a matte finish or more of a luminous finish, or you know, like something around those lines, these are so similar that I feel like it could help somebody out to be like, oh hey, I am more oily and I want more of a matte foundation and I live in this kind of climate, so this might be better for my skin type. You know what I mean? So that's the main reason why I wanted to do this video, and also my friend Nessa helped me out coming up with this video. So big shout out to Nessa. Check out her channel right over here. So with first impressions, they don't really look that different on the skin. On the cheeks, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I feel like my pores look a little bit more blurred out on the Urban Decay side than on the Anastasia side. This side, I also feel like it didn't cover as much as the Urban Decay did. Even though I used the same amount, I still feel like I can see like some veins popping through, while on this side I feel like it's a little bit more even. Smile lines both happening on both sides. Problem with me, I know. Forehead lines happening too, and that's just a problem with pretty much every foundation with me. As far as coloring goes, I do like the color of the Urban Decay one a lot better. I feel like it just has more life to it, while this one I feel like I look a little bit more on the dead side. I want to show you my nose. On this side, I feel like it's getting a little weird around my pores, while this side it looks really smooth. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's just not really cooperating, and I had this same problem yesterday with it. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation all day long yesterday, and even when I was applying it, it just didn't really want to soak into my skin, while this one for some reason just kind of lays better. This one, I was going over the same spots. But I am going to do the rest of my makeup, keep it a little bit more on the waterproof side, and we're gonna do a wear test, and then we're gonna do a waterproof test. Okay, real quick, I wanted to recap on what I used for my makeup that was waterproof. So first off, with my eyebrows, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel, and I used that to fill in my eyebrows and also as a regular gel. And then for my eyeshadow, I used the Naked concealer because this is waterproof. It's just kind of like a color correct, and then I went over my eyes with the Marc Jacobs Overt Highliner Gel Crayon, and then I went over that with some eyeshadow, set it in place, and then I used the Milk Makeup Cush Waterproof Mascara, which I have been trying it out. I did take it to Hawaii with me, and I will say it is pretty different than the regular Milk mascara. If you guys want a video on this, just let me know, because I've been holding on to this for a while and I was meaning to do a video on it when it first came out, but I had so many mascaras that I was like, I cannot open another mascara. And then I don't use this very often, but I decided to pull it out today. This is the Hotel, oh, I know how to say that word, but I don't know how to say it. But it's a Amazonian, what am I saying today? The Tarte Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer in Hotel, oh, it's right here. Sorry, I can't pronounce anything. This smells amazing, but it is really dark, so I only use a teeny little bit every time I use this, but that is everything that is waterproof other than the foundations. Real quick, I wanted to zoom in. Oh, my lips. I have the Vice Lip Chemistry in the shade Streak. I have been way too obsessed with these. I freaking love these so much. They're all over here. I love them. I wanted to do a quick little update on everything, how it's all looking with the finished makeup on. I do think they look pretty similar. I don't think there's a big difference in the finish of these, even though the Urban Decay one claims to be matte and the Anastasia one claims to be luminous. I don't really find it to be that different once you put powder and everything else on. Real quick, before we get into the wear test comparing these two, I also wanted to show you guys what exactly happened wearing this foundation yesterday. I didn't wear it for an incredibly long time. I wore it for only 7 hours, and it had a pretty similar effect as the Hourglass Vanish Stick does on me, where it looked pretty good for most of the day, and then it started getting a bit oily. I could touch my face and all of the oils would just come off on my fingers, and it also faded really bad around my mouth area, which is a really common problem with me with a lot of different foundations, where there's something in it where around my mouth, I don't know if it's because I talk too much or what it is, but it just kind of separates and gets really weird around this area of my face. I don't know how well I picked it up on camera, but as I was looking at my foundation before I took it off, I was like, what the heck is this? So I am doing this wear test to see if maybe today might be a little bit different. I did try a different primer. Yesterday I used the Fenty primer, original Fenty primer, and I don't know if it was just too matte stuff going on all together and my face just freaked out or what, but hopefully with the Hangover primer, maybe it'll add a little bit more hydration to my skin throughout the day. Enough talking, enough chit-chatting, let's get on with this wear test. I'll check in a couple hours, and then I'll also check in when we test out the waterproof ability. Alright, so I just got back from walking my dogs, and it is like 90 something degrees outside, but apparently it feels like 105, which I totally believe. But I did encounter a couple little problems. It is getting a little bit gunked up on this side. This side of my nose looks pretty good. It's getting a little oily in this area. A little dot right there. I don't know what that is. Smile lines look about the same. Forehead, it's sweaty, but it looks about the same with what's going on. This side does look a lot more oilier, but like down by my jawline, they both feel pretty nice. So I'm pretty hot. So now that I've taken the dogs on a walk, tested the sweat and humidity proof of the two foundations. Also worn it for about 7 hours now. I put it on at around 12-ish, 11, 12-ish, and now it is about almost 7 o'clock. So about 7 hours that I've had this on. So it's pretty good, because normally for like a work day, I'd wear either of these, because I feel like both of these look pretty good after even walking the dogs. Like, I'm pretty dang impressed. But let's go jump in the pool. what a freaking long day. Now, if you just saw, I went swimming in the water. My mom shot a couple pictures of me underwater, jumping in the water. So it wasn't like I just dipped my face in the water. I was actually swimming in the water, and literally everything stayed on my face. The concealer stayed on, the bronzer stayed on, my eyebrows stayed on, all of my powdered eyeshadow stayed on, the mascara stayed on, the lip stain pretty much stayed on. I mean, it's a little faded, but through eating pizza and lunch and Dr. Pepper's, like, this has stayed on as well as it has. I am so impressed by this. Like, it was getting a little oily, and the mascara does keep kind of flaking off, but I mean, it's not that bad. But earlier today when I walked the dogs, I thought it was gonna melt all off, but it really didn't melt at all. So this is the first time that I've tested out the Stay Naked foundation with water, but in all honesty, like, I would give all of these products that I was talking about earlier, like even the Anastasia one, like if you want to go swimming with your first date, going to a water park, all of this is a million thumbs up for me. Like, this stayed so freaking well. I can't even believe it. Like, to be jumping and swimming around in the water, I can't even believe it. Oh my gosh. And it looks good. It looks really good. So I was dragging the Anastasia foundation a bit earlier, but after seeing how well it's held up for being only the claim of water resistant, after being in a chlorine salt mixture pool, like, all of this has stayed crazy well. And sweating beforehand, walking the dogs in the heat. I went in the steam shower after I went in the pool. This is crazy. Like, I cannot believe this. Can you guys believe this? I can't believe it. Like, I don't even have creasing on my eyeshadow. I mean, I might have a little speck from the mascara, but like, girl, what? All right, I'm gonna have to end this video because this video is already super long. I've been editing the chunks that I've been filming as I film them throughout the day, and it's pretty late, and I'm gonna get this video out late, but it's okay because I had a blast filming this, and I think this is gonna be a pretty cool twist on a review for foundation. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you have any suggestions for some future videos, challenges that you would like to see, please leave them in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And if you want a video suggested to you by YouTube, you can click right over here. And if you want to watch my video of my Hawaii vlog with my family, then you can click over here. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on the picture of my face right here. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video.